Hey everybody, it's Sinister. Welcome back to another video. Today, I shall be showing you everything they added in the new Lightning update. So, let's get on with the video. Alright, so the first thing that they added in the new crafting update is the Crucible, which is what you're looking at right now. And the first potion that we'll be looking at is the Berserker potion. And what it does is, I'm pretty sure, makes you stronger. Then we have the Fortune Elixir, gives you more money. Fish Kebab, more health. Makes you immune to lava. Aggro makes everybody angry around you. And Loot Seeker lets you see all the loot around you. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the crafting. Next we have Fishing, which they added in the new Lightning update. And what it lets you do is it lets you catch fish. And with those fish, you can use that to craft the potions you just saw. And sometimes whenever you catch fish, you can get a sunken chest, which if you open, it can either give you some money or some fragments like I just got. But yeah, that's the update. And last, we have the lightning fruit, which I'll show you at the end of the montage. Let's go. Alright, so now it's time for the showcase. So, we have a couple of abilities I want to show y'all. First, it's the lightning orb, which will throw a little spark, which does some damage. But it does use up one of these orbs on your back, and you need those to do the other abilities. Now, we got the orb V2, which you hold for a second longer, and it'll do a little attack like that. Now we have the last one, which does a dragon. Now, you can use that to attack people. I don't have anybody in my private server with me right now, so I can't really show that. But it does a combo on the person. Next, you have the thunderstorm. This is what it looks like. Does a little spark, just basically like a thunderstorm. But if you use this and then throw some orbs into the sky, it'll extend it. Now, let's see how long it extends for. Goodness gracious. That's pretty long. Alright, now we have Sky Judgment. It'll make you do this cool looking pose. And then you'll basically summon just a giant sky beam. And last, we have the Thunderball Destruction. Now, there's two variants of this. One is without all these orbs, and one is with all the orbs. Now, this is what it looks like with all the orbs. This is how big it is. Now, that's not that big. Well, it is pretty big, but So yeah, that's that. I'll show y'all what the other one does once the cooldown's over. Now, this is the upgraded electric flash. Now, some people remember what the old electric flash was like, and it was pretty horrible. So now you can actually flash up 4 times with this by pressing F over and over again. Or if you hold it, it can go between enemies, but I don't have anybody right over here again. And now here's the Thunderball Destruction with all 4 orbs. You see all the orbs are getting absorbed. Now that's a lot bigger than it was before. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna go over to some NPCs to show y'all what it's like. I'll meet y'all over there. Okay, so now we have some enemies over here. Hold on, let me just turn on fast mode real quick. Alright, so now we have some enemies over here. So this is what the first orb does. Just a little bit of damage. Alright, now this is what the upgrade orb does. Now it pulls them in and does a little attack. Alright, now to show y'all what the last one does. Okay, you couldn't really see it there, so I'm gonna do it to this enemy. Okay, now that was a little better. So that's basically the Z move. Now the X move. It'll stun all the enemies that's in the area briefly while it attacks them. Now the upgraded version. Okay, so yeah, that lasts pretty long. So now the Sky Judgment. Okay, that was the V. Alright, now Sky Judgment. So it stuns them in place and does 4,900 damage. That's a lot. Alright, now let me show y'all the electric flash. So as y'all just saw, it went between the enemies, but it does cost 2 orbs. Doesn't do much damage either. Alright, now let's do the last ability. Alright, I gotta say, all in all, this was a pretty great... Alright, never mind. Let me get to somewhere better. I gotta say, all in all, lightning is a pretty good fruit, so if y'all want, I suggest y'all go get it. Alright, bye.